Hello everybody and welcome back to Mythic Ocean. Last time we had quite the talk with the twins. We learned about what their magical rock thing is for, and hopefully we helped steer them on the right path. I'm not sure. I like to think that we did, but only time will tell. But for now, we have a bunch of other people to talk to. First, let's talk to Elil, because I'm curious as to what he might want to say to us. Whoa! Hey buddy, check out that glow, huh? That is what we call the gift of creation. Looks like the new world's all set to go. Just let me know when you're ready. What? Already? No, we can't be at the end already. Everything's glowing, but I still have to talk to them. What? Already? Where are you? Where'd she go? I need to talk to you. I am confusion. Oh, hello. Oh, hey again. The one that came to see us after we went through the portal. She said I needed to stay here for a while so she can check me and make sure I'm okay. Works for me, I guess. But mostly it's just good to be out of that place. For good. Oh, all of the fish from the breach are here. We should talk to them too. Before we find, her. Oh, she is up there. Did I just not see her? Am I freaking blind? Probably. Hello again. It's so very good to be in this much less confusing and lonely place. Also, perhaps you can tell me, do I seem to be on the top side of this rock or the bottom? I'm pretty sure it's the top. Oh, that's just what I thought. Seems like I'm getting my sense of direction back. Aw, good. Hello, whale. You are a very beautiful singer. Boop. Hey there. Looks like you made it out too, huh? Wasn't sure where you ended up after you disappeared. I'm real glad no one got left behind. Me too. I'm glad you guys are out of there. Okay, there's one right there. Two right there. I'm gonna zoom. What's up? I would like to forget what I saw in that place, but the memories persist. They can't be erased. Me after seeing the Emoji Movie. Yes, the shiny golden pillars. The great multifaceted dome. It's good to see all of this again. Focusing on my memories of the world I once knew. It kept me going in that place. But I still feel like I lost something there. I mean, a traumatic experience like that, it's probably hard to come out of it exactly the same. Oh wait, she isn't gone, she's up. I didn't realize there was something up here. Well, let's take a look when we finish talking to this person. Hello! You're that fish from Nemo. I'm obnoxious. I can't believe we're really back. All of us. Oh, we all got out of there. I bet you helped us somehow, didn't you? You found us stuck there, and after you left, you found a way to make sure we would get home. It's true, but it wasn't just me who helped you escape. Others helped too. I knew it! Thank you, thank you! And whoever helped you, thank them too. If it wasn't for all of you, we'd still be stuck in that awful place. You're heroes in my book. Oh. With great power comes great responsibility. And I'm creating gods, so I technically have a lot of responsibility. Oh man, I wonder who got it. I really wonder. Because we've talked to everyone a lot. I don't know who might have been picked. Woo! Oh dang, have I never been up here before? What's up? Ah, I'm glad you have returned. I wanted to get your thoughts on some concerns I've had recently. Might you have a moment? Sure, what's up? Well, it's all to do with my research and the goals of it. You'll remember my studies have always been focused on finding the truth about the ocean. I know this place has a purpose, all my research to date suggests so, but the answers remain frustratingly out of reach. At least things have improved when it comes to getting assistance. You've been a great help, and the twins are unexpectedly productive as well. But it took considerable time and effort to make that happen. I'm not sure if it was worth it. Was I wrong to try and recruit others? All research needs to be peer-reviewed. I don't think it was a waste. Now that we've learned the basics, we'll be able to help you more efficiently, right? Well, yes, that's probably true. I suppose giving up on the effort so soon would be inadvisable. Putting that aside, you might recall that I had a number of enhancements prepared for the lab. This was, of course, before we learned that Gnosis was the source of the energy I sought for those upgrades. It's been difficult to avoid feeling discouraged since then. At this point, I have no idea how, or even if I'll be able to upgrade the lab as planned. I wish I knew how to advise you on this. All I could say is that I believe in your abilities, even if the upgrades never happen. Because I feel like telling her to double down might just stress her out. Really? That's quite motivating, my friend, thank you. Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't need the upgrades, or perhaps I can at least make some headway even if they aren't a reality yet. But speaking frankly, even if I had completed the lab overhaul by now as I originally hoped, there would still be a problem, gnawing away at me, a tiny bit at a time. Is the thought, no, the fear that no matter how hard I work, no matter what tools are at my disposal, I will never know the truth. This endless dream or illusion, whatever it is, it will truly never end, and I will never know what it's for. You know what? In a sad way, she's kind of right. Because we know that the cycle happens over and over again, so she finds out what it's all for and then forgets again. It's a cycle of torment. What do I do about that, my friend? Do you think there's anything I can do? Your work is what drives you. Immerse yourself in it. The harder you work, I don't believe that. That's capitalist. I can only imagine how that feels, but maybe you can try and make peace with it. As long as you're seeking the truth, I believe you'll find answers. Yes, I think I'm beginning to see what you mean. There are those here who are willing to help me, who believe in me and my skills. Whether or not I find the answers I'm seeking, I'm not alone in all this, and that means a lot. Thank you so much for hearing me out, my friend. I appreciate it a great deal. Of course, always happy to help. Alright, I have to go now. I have other people to talk to. Alil, hang on. We can choose the god of this world later. First, I need to talk to Gnosis. Hello! Ah, you've returned. You may recall that I've spent eons trying to recover my lost memories. It is an exhausting effort that has taxed me to my limits. There is still so much locked within me, but I cannot access it without more power. When I extracted the energy of the pages from within the library to create the portal, I realized I could use that same power to reassemble my memories. If you empower me by bringing me more pages, I will make it worth your while. I know you too have memories you've lost. Surely you must wonder why you're here and who you really are. Therefore, in exchange for the pages, I will tell you what I learned about your past. Does this offer appeal to you? Yeah, sure, why not? It seems you have 14 pages now. I will need 2 of them to begin reconstructing my memories. I will share with you any information that might be relevant to your identity. Do we have a deal? Yes. Very good. What'd you find? It is done. Now, allow me to share what I have found. As you may have gathered, everything we are doing now is part of a great cycle. We have done all of these things before, and we will do them again. But it has not always been this way. There was a time when we gods retained access to our memories. Each of us had our domains of power, knowledge, revelry, ingenuity. So there used to be a time where things were different. But there was only one world, forged by the original creator at the dawn of time. Eons went by, and eventually the original creator grew tired of observing their world. Was it a Lil? They wanted to find out what the rest of us would do with the power of creation, so they brought the cycle into being. The world would be reborn again and again, and each time one of us gods would have the opportunity to shape it as we saw fit. Which brings us to your role in all of this. You were the one chosen to speak with the gods in this in-between realm we call the ocean. Your actions would indirectly determine the creator of the next world. Within the ocean, none of us would be aware of our divinity or have access to our memories. thus keeping the process as pure and as unbiased as possible. Well, I'm not helping with that, am I? This is all I can recall for now. I think I know who the original creator is, but are they still around? I believe they still exist, in some form or another, yes, but I am unsure of the details. We may learn more of that if we are persistent. What would you do if you became the creator? I have a great deal of time to think on this, here in the depths. More than anything else, I would want my world to guarantee the safety of all mortals. Oh, so are you the one that sent people away when they weren't listening to you? Of course, there will always be those who disobey and attempt to threaten peace. These mortals I would separate from the rest and prevent them from contaminating my society. Gnosis, bad. Perhaps a use could be found even for them. Well, now I know which of the pages was referring to you. Thanks. Of course, you know where to find me if you wish to learn more. I have more pages. I'm giving all of my pages to Gnosis. I'm glad I didn't buy the crown. I'm ready. Very good. It is done. This time I have learned more about the destruction and creation of gods. Before the cycle started, there were other gods besides those who inhabit the ocean now. My memories of these deities are hazy and indistinct. All I know for certain is that they no longer exist. For the most part, we gods are immortal. We do not perish of sickness or old age, as mortals do. Nevertheless, it seems there are ways to erase even a god from existence. A creator, for instance, can choose to remove all traces of a god from their world until the cycle begins again, while the original creator had the power to erase gods more permanently. There is also precedent for mortals ascending to godhood by the original creator's power. At least 2 such events have occurred in the history of the cycle. In the first case, 2 children were banished from their home and ended up in the ocean quite by accident. Oh! The twins! In the second, a larval creature arrived here after a long journey following its birth. Of course, now we know these beings as Ketri, Esti, and Lutra, and they have since become true gods, capable of creating new worlds if they are selected by our process. I can only assume the original creator was responsible for their transformation. Perhaps this means you, too, were ascended from a mortal state to become what you are now. So, am I a god too, then? This is certainly possible. And yet, because of your role in the process, you are not capable of creating new worlds. We will need more data to reach a conclusion on this. Why would the original creator want to end a god's existence permanently? Perhaps divine crimes were committed in the past so severe that they felt there was no other choice. I must admit, if a god chose to defy me while I had that kind of power, I would very likely do the same. Gnosis, I'm afraid of you! Thanks. Of course. Alright, let's do it again. Very good. It is done. I have made some discoveries about you this time that are quite intriguing. Firstly, it may surprise you to learn that you are the author of the pages you've been collecting. Oh, really? They were written by you during a past mortal era as a record of the events that transpired. I thought that Elil wrote them. It would appear that once the new world has been created, your role shifts from advisor to historian. Is this something you already knew? Huh. I had no idea that might be the case. I literally didn't. Yes, I suppose that's to be expected. But there is more. As far back as my memories now reach, you have always been with us. And you have always been a god. Am I the original creator? Like Amar, Alethea, and myself, you are not ascended from a mortal state. Your divinity is inherent. Perhaps you were even capable of creating worlds at one time, despite your inability to do so now. Of course, disregarding the details of your past. Your role during this part of the cycle is crucial. Without you, none of us would be able to create anything. Is there anything you've remembered about me that you're not sharing? If I were to relay every bit of minuity about your memories to you, We would be here for ages, and you would learn little of consequence. I'm giving you the facts I believe you will find most relevant to your identity. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm a god too? Not sure how to feel about that. Understandable. I, too, was overwhelmed when I first began piecing together the fragments of my lost memories, but I commend you for seeking out this information regardless. Not everyone is willing to do what it takes to learn the truth. You end every conversation at this point I feel I'm close to learning the truth about you. Are we the original creator? Bring me 5 more pages and we can finally get to the bottom of this. I think I do have 5 pages. I have them. Our past trades have empowered me greatly. Thank you for that. It seems you have 5 pages now. I will need all of them to finish reconstructing my memories. And if I am not yet powerful enough to create the new world, this final exchange should make it a certainty. Oh no! Oh no! This is the consequence of my actions! But I need to know! Someone told me that there's more than one ending, and if that's the case, we're definitely gonna play this more than once. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm ready. Very good. I'm sorry, mortals. I knew what I was doing, though. I don't know if I can apologize for something that I very much knew what I was doing. Gnosis, is everything all right? Yes. My apologies. I needed a moment to process what I had seen. I know who you are now, but before we discuss that, I will tell you something I have known since the beginning. I am the creator you wrote about within the pages. Yeah, I know. I figured it out. The world you described was my own, and I plan to make it that way once again. Why? Why? It is the best possible world for the mortals to inhabit. It doesn't sound like that to them. I see. Why did you deceive me? I did no such thing. Our agreement was for me to share information about your identity with you. We never agreed I would tell you everything, or indeed anything else. Now, as I promised, I will tell you who you are. When the cycle was first put into place, the original creators surrendered their powers of creation. I knew it! But they didn't want to be removed from the process completely. So, they locked away their memories, just like the other gods, and became their advisor. Because they wouldn't remember the events of the previous worlds, each one would feel fresh and unique. There would be no more boredom. So, you are the original creator. Or, what's left of them at least. Which means, it is because of you that we are all co-signed to this cyclical process for all eternity. Why? I'm sorry! Why must the cycle exist? Do you even know the answer any longer? Oh no. Oh no, I don't think it should exist. I don't know. It doesn't seem fair. Even if it is supposed to be for the good of all gods, it seems like it's not working. As we've seen from the other eras, people still do bad things, like Gnosis did. But what about... This is just what I was talking about with Alethea, where the entire thing is that she's over and over and over again. She's desperately trying to figure out what's going on, only to forget it when the cycle begins again. This is not working. It's torture. We're torturing them. I don't think it should exist. I made that decision as a different person, and now I can't undo it. Cannot? Or will not? I don't know, Gnosis! Your memories may be locked away, but how much of your original power is also restricted? Perhaps we will never know. But for now, none of that matters. I will create the new world. I will give the mortals the peace they deserve, and I will allocate what resources I can to unravel the secrets of everything, including the cycle itself. You created this system, so whether you agree with my methods or not, you too must abide by its rules. Oh, and thank you again for bringing me the pages. I could not have done this without your help. Fuck! I made a terrible mistake. Oh no, a little? I may have done a stupid. Hey, so funny story. You know those pages you wanted me to collect? I may or may not have given them to an eldritch being and found out that I am fucking God. So how are you doing? So, now you know all about yourself, huh? You know the infinite cycle, this endless death and rebirth of the universe. That was all your idea, and it was set in motion by you an eternity ago. How you feeling about that, buddy? I don't like it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was my choice. It feels like someone else did it, and now I'm supposed to take ownership of it. Yeah, because no matter who the original creator was, even if we are that person, we aren't that person anymore, you know? We don't have the same memories, an eternity has passed by. It's not really us. So, we didn't do it, but we did do it. And we have to take responsibility for things we can't even remember. Makes sense. Without any memories to back stuff up, I can see how it wouldn't sound real. But it's all true. I remember it, even if you don't. Of course, you didn't get this information about yourself for free, did ya? No. Gnosis is very powerful now, thanks to you. Practically guaranteed to become the next creator. You ready to see what happens? Ah! I'm not so sure now. The more I think about it, the more concerned I am about what Gnosis will do to the new world. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. I'd be scared if I didn't know too. But I do know, and believe me, it's gonna be interesting. Remember, we're gonna witness a birth of a real world pretty soon. Real mortal beings, real joy, real suffering. It's not just a show for our amusement or simulation or whatever. That said, there's no point to the cycle if we get the same world every time, right? But he said he's gonna make the same exact world, Alil. Gotta give all the gods a chance, or else it might as well not exist. Anyway, you made your choice, buddy. I did. You got me there. I made my choice. I knew what I was doing. I was explicitly warned. And soon, you will certainly get to see the repercussions of that choice. Oh. What do you think about how things turned out with the twins' crystal? Yeah, let's ask about that first. Ha! You're asking me? Well, you and Alethea decided to fix the crystal and give it back to the twins, right? I'm on board with that. You might remember I'm not a fan of, limiting what folks can do. The twins showed up here with the crystal. It's theirs. Let them do what they want with it. For me, it was more about not lying to the twins. I even said that last time. I get that. I don't like to lie either, since I don't like being lied to. But in this case, it's more that I believe in giving everyone as much freedom as possible, you know? I don't want people to just do what I do. I want to be shocked and amazed by what they decide to do. Huh. The twins are just kids, though. I want them to have freedom, but I also want them to have good advice to act on. Yeah, I see your point. It's a tricky balance, though, right? You don't want to live someone else's life for him, after all. Oh! You said I could ask later about why you're not a god anymore. Have you changed your mind yet? Yeah, this is the end, Alil. Tell me! I thought you were the original creator for a second. Oh, sorry. Alright, you know what? It's late enough in the game now that it probably doesn't matter if I tell you. Don't break the fourth wall, Alil. I just learned a lot of information. Listen up, because I'm only going to talk about this once, okay? So, as you know, I used to be a god back in the day. I was part of this whole rigmarole, buddy. I could create new worlds just like the other gods. Back then, none of us kept any memories when things started over. The arrangement for me to do that hadn't been made yet. But now I can remember things even from way back then. So I remember what it was like to create new worlds. Having all that power, it was irresistible for me. So much so that, I really hated not being the creator. At some point, I came up with a plan. A way to make sure no one could be the creator except me. And it worked. The other gods fell for it, and I put a stop to all these endless iterations of worlds, and gave myself the power to rule a new world, forever. I'd be forever feared, forever worshipped, forever envied. Heh, how's that sound to you, buddy? I don't think I'd ever want that kind of power. Really, though? I think if you dug deep enough, there'd be a part of you that gets it. I mean, that's why I don't want that power. I think it's a thing with a lot of people, is we all think we can handle it, but could we, though? Even if we're not aware of it during this phase, we gods have ways we think the world should be. Almost everyone does, gods or not. Having to see the world operate in a way that's not how you want it to be, that can be infuriating. But if I'm honest, I did what I did mostly out of sheer greed, and the other gods knew it. Eventually, they decided the only way to stop me was to start a war against me. I kept them at bay for a long time, buddy. The amount of power a creator gets is beyond what you can imagine, unless you've experienced it. Oh look, Alethea, the twins, Amar, Gnosis. It was a battle to end all battles, went on for years. You normally don't like to interfere during that phase, but even you fought me. Oh, and you all won in the end. You defeated me, put an end to my rule and my world. Most of the gods thought I needed to be locked away forever for what I did, or worse. But you disagreed. You proposed an arrangement. In exchange for my life, I would agree to make sure that what I had done would never occur again. By remembering what happens when no one else does, I'd never be able to create another world. I'd rule over nothing. I wouldn't be a god anymore. Instead, I would guide you, as you give advice to the others, and protect the very process of endless death and rebirth that I tried to destroy. Forever. Damn. I figured that arrangement was better than eternal imprisonment. Or not existing. So I accepted it, and the rest is history. That is a lot to take in. That's putting it lightly, buddy. But there's still one more kicker. In order to make sure I didn't try and corrupt any of the gods in their unknowing, unremembering states, the other part of the deal was that none of them would be able to see or hear or otherwise sense me anymore. So that's why you don't go anywhere. Only you would perceive me, so that I could guide you and discuss your decisions with you. That's why I watch what goes around here and wait for you to come by. It's all I've got left. Oh. Do you ever regret what you did? Not really, buddy. It's been so long now that I don't have any strong feelings about it anymore. But I mean, you gave me another chance. I don't like our arrangement a whole lot, but it's probably more than I deserve. I'm glad I gave you a second chance. I think you've made good use of it. You're making me blush here, buddy. Come on. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I wondered what I'd do if you gave me the power to be a creator again. I'm not really sure I've changed. I'd probably try the same thing, even knowing it would fail. Maybe not, though. Fortunately for all of us, we don't have to find out. Alright, okay, that's enough. I said I'd tell you, and now there's nothing more to say. Let's talk about something else. Oh, we could tell him about the deal with Gnosis. I think he knows at this point. Yeah, that's what Gnosis likes to do. Important knowledge is rarely free, you know? Don't you know who I am? Couldn't you tell me? Okay, buddy. I see what this is all about. I'll give you two simple answers. Yes, I know who you are, and no, I will not be the one to tell you. Why not? Because you told me not to, ages and ages ago. I've forgotten half of what I ever knew back then, but that I've always remembered. And I've always honored it. Why would I have said that? I don't know. It was never totally clear to me. I think maybe you felt like it spoiled the whole arrangement somehow. Anyway, Gnosis has made no such agreement with you. So if you really want to know, take it up with them. Can I really trust Gnosis? No, you can't. We've already gone through the whole rigmarole. Ha! I can't make that choice for you, buddy. I'll tell you this much, though. What Gnosis tells you, all will be the truth. They don't peddle lies. Their information is all legit. And remember what you're giving them in return. You know the pages make Gnosis more powerful. Might have an impact on how things turns out for the new world, yeah? Anyway, that's all I got, buddy. The rest is up to you. Alright? Well, I can't make the crown anymore. Let's see, does anyone else want to talk? Nope. I think it's time. How do we start the new world? All you gotta do is pick up the gift. It'll be the end of your time here once we kick things off, so, make sure you tie up all your loose ends first. I'm ready. The gift of creation. Well, guess this is it then. I'm always excited to see what happens with the new world, but it also means we won't see each other for a while. Thanks for stopping by so much this time, buddy. It was good reflecting on things with you. But for now, it's time for us to part ways. Do we have to? Ha! I'm flattered, buddy, I really am. But yeah, it does have to happen. You guessed it, all part of the arrangement. I see. Goodbye then, Lil. Not goodbye forever. Next time we'll meet again. You won't remember me, but I'll get you caught back up. Alright, that's enough talking, I guess. Let's get this show on the road. It's gonna be Gnosis, isn't it? Oh my god! Oh! Oh! Oh god! I see the light! For a time, I continued to feel myself rising towards the heavens. Eventually, I came to a stop, and the blinding light around me slowly faded away. Somehow, I was suspended among the stars. In that silent void, I began to reflect on what Gnosis had told me. Could it really be that I was the original creator? The one who set everything in the universe in motion, even the cycle itself? Whether or not it was true, my role was about to change. After the birth of the new world, I would become the historian, eternal observer and record keeper of every mortal age. Soon I would be starting a new book and filling its pages with all the events to come. I could sense that the gift of creation was ready to move forward. But was I? I wished I could speak with them one last time, and to my surprise, a portal opened before me. I smiled, and Amara's familiar face appeared on the other side of the gateway. Whoa, what's going on, friend? I'm not sure how you're doing this, but it's good to see ya. Something strange is going on. Is this the end of the world? I told Amara they were basically correct, but a new world would be taking this one's place, and someone would be chosen to create it. Huh, well, whoever gets to do that, I hope they think about everyone when they decide how it's gonna be. Anyway, are we gonna get to hang out sometime in this new world? I wish. I said I certainly hoped so. Yeah, me too, friend. Suddenly, the view within the portal shifted, and for a moment I didn't understand what I was seeing. Lutra! Oh, you look so beautiful! It dawned on me that I was looking at Lutra, who had become a huge and majestic moth-like creature. I asked how it felt to have undergone such a drastic change. This one feels new. Memories of this one, not clear. But this one remembers words. This one must save future and save for others. This one also remembers one who was familiar. This one hopes to find familiar one again, someday. But before I could respond, it took flight and was gone. I resolved to remind Lutra who I was, if I could, and help it recall the time we shared together in the ocean. Oh, they don't remember me! Alethea! Next, Alethea appeared, adjusting her goggles and looking thoughtful for a moment. Oh, well, hello! You can open portals too? Were you able to do this all along? I explained I wasn't sure where the portal had come from either. Perhaps I'd created it unconsciously, or maybe it was under the control of someone or something else. I see, but more importantly, what is happening to the ocean right now? All the creatures are vanishing, and there's an odd bright light coming from the sky. I told Alethea about the new world and the process we'd all been involved in to choose a creator. My word! If only I had known this all before, everything would have... But no, I doubt I would have believed you anyway. Well, sounds like there's many new discoveries still ahead of us. And that's always good news if you ask me. See you on the other side, my friend. The twins! Then the view shifted once more, and Ketri and Esty materialized. New friend! We were wondering what happened to you. I assured them I was alright, and filled them in on the new world about to be born. Then I asked what they planned to do once it was created. Well, depends on what the new world is like. Maybe we'll try to find our parents somehow. We think they should answer for what they did to us. I told them that decision was up to them, and wished them well. Yeah, we'll think about it. See you around, new friend. Oh, bye. Oh no! Then, I heard a hauntingly familiar voice in my head. You hadn't forgotten about me, had you? It was unmistakably Gnosis. In case there wasn't any doubt in your mind, I now have the greatest power among the gods. Suddenly, I felt as though I couldn't move or speak. The gift of creation is mine to use as I see fit. Oh shit! It is given to Gnosis! Perhaps, once I have shown you the world I have planned, you will understand why it is the best for the mortals. You're a dictator, man! Farewell, historian. We will meet again soon. The feeling of being paralyzed left me. I had an idea of what Gnosis wanted to do, from reading the book in the Library of Antiquity. But maybe things would go differently this time. Maybe Gnosis would choose to listen to someone's counsel. Either way, there was nothing left but to record what happened. Using the gift of creation, Gnosis brought the new world forth from nothingness. Whoa! The mortals of this world sought knowledge eagerly. Their cities were linked by a global network, allowing them to share information across any distance instantly. But conflicts broke out as mortals developed different ideas about who should have access to the network and what they were allowed to do with it. They split into factions and fought bitterly for control of the world's information. Once their weapons were advanced enough, these hostilities threatened their very existence, and Gnosis decided something had to be done. When the mortals govern themselves, deadly conflict is inevitable. For their protection, I must implement measures to prevent such behavior. Gnosis selected a few loyal mortals. Together they wrote laws and devised harsh punishments to discourage people from hurting one another. Widespread surveillance was necessary to enforce these laws, so the global network was repurposed to monitor the mortals whenever possible. Oh, war became a thing of the past, and once it was proven that people were safer when they had less freedom, it didn't stop there. Nature was subjugated next. Every available resource was harvested and exploited to support the new structures of society. Soon every mortal was assigned a job at birth, and only Gnosis and their closest associates were allowed to invent anything new. There were always those who spoke out against Gnosis' laws, but they were now beginning to vanish quietly. Fear set in among the mortals, and rumors began to circulate of a secret place where criminals and naysayers were taken. They just did the exact same thing they did before! In truth, this secret place was an underground computer mainframe the size of a city, powered by the organic minds of those who had broken the law or voiced their dissent. It was built by Gnosis to run an endless series of simulations, to find new, better ways of governing societies, to solve the infinite mysteries of the universe. If only we knew all there is to know, we could improve this world even further. Ketri and Esti were very opposed to Gnosis' methods. It's not fair to do cruel things to mortals for even the tiniest mistakes, they said. And nobody has the freedom to follow their hearts and dreams here. We gotta stop Gnosis and free everyone. In the far reaches of space, Lutra had given birth to thousands of offspring. The moth-like creatures became stewards of nature in the universe, punishing civilizations that abused and exploited their planet's ecosystems. They were displeased by Gnosis' governance. This world is artificial and hollow. Nature is not respected. Judgment will ensue. Alethea appreciated Gnosis' goals of advancing technology and protecting the people, but she couldn't justify the means. I thought mortals were safe here, but now that I've seen what lurks beneath the surface, I know something must be done. She resolved to reduce Gnosis' power over the mortals in whatever way she could. I really don't like how people are treated in this world. Doesn't it seem right? It doesn't seem right to be watching everyone all the time, and there's enough weird rules to drive everyone crazy. Frankly, the idea of challenging Gnosis in any way terrified Amar, but the consequences of standing by while mortals suffered seemed far worse. So they organized a rebellion. A war ensued, with the goal of overthrowing Gnosis. The conflict dragged on for years, and it seemed it might never end, until it all culminated in a final, desperate battle between Gnosis and the rebelling gods. Ketri and Esti fought in tandem, channeling lancing bolts of electricity across the battlefield. Lutra and the moths multiplied swiftly, using their sheer numbers to form a vast and intimidating army. Alethea armed herself with mighty weapons that focused the sun's power into deadly beams. Amar hated to fight, but once their survival instincts kicked in, those concerns quickly evaporated. They defended themselves with fang and claw, and used their keen senses to warn the other gods of danger. Oh my god! With the vast amount of power they had accumulated, Gnosis was a formidable foe, even against so many opponents. They swung their massive tentacles to the ground, triggering earthquakes felt for miles. They fired searing rays of energy from their eyes, lighting whole forests aflame. They afflicted the gods with psychic illusions that were almost impossible to distinguish from reality. For the rebellion, there wasn't much hope of victory, but at that point, it was all or nothing. Devastation was wrought upon the mortal world. The earth was burned and scorched, rendering large areas of the planet inhospitable. Many people and animals perished. Gnosis considered all this necessary sacrifice in order to prevail. But in the end, the rebellion triumphed. You will not erase what I have accomplished in this world. Gnosis, believing their defeat to be impossible, fought back fiercely, even when the battle was clearly lost, in order to protect themselves and the mortals. The rebelling gods were forced to end Gnosis' existence entirely. Oh shit! With Gnosis overthrown, the mortals were able to begin repairing their troubled world. The peoples imprisoned in the secret place were released. Those who'd committed crimes were given fair trials. There were still disagreements about how to use their knowledge and technology. Some mortals even believed the world would be worse without Gnosis' oversight. But they did their best to resolve their differences peacefully. They had all suffered enough. In time, they made significant strides towards building a society of both safe and just. And so the mortals will live their destinies in their own hands once again, until the cycle begins anew. Whoa. In loving memory of Jeremy Pope. Oh, I got achievements. What a game! That was so cool! I can't believe it! Oh man, that's such a good ending. I mean, it's awful. It's terrible. Gnosis did not learn anything. They just did the exact same thing they did before. But it was cool to see all the other gods coming together. And I wonder if we had changed anything, if it actually would have changed how they reacted. Because one of the reasons Lutra fought back was because we taught it how to understand and take care of nature. So I wonder if we didn't do that, what would they have done? I'm not sure. Oh, it was so cool. That was so cool. I'm so glad I chose to play this game. And we've still got other endings to do too. Oh, I wonder which ones we should do next. Alright, let's see what endings we got. Panoptiction ending. Witness an ending in which the gods go to war. Okay, those are the two we got. What does that word mean? Hang on. I gotta look this up. Oh. The Panopticon, I can't pronounce it, is a disciplinary concept brought to life in the form of a central observation tower. Epilogue, can be rewatched in the epilogue viewer on the main menu. When you get a new game on the save file, all the illustrations you collected on this playthrough can still be viewed in game. Awesome! Oh man, cycle 1. Oh, so the cycles do continue. We've got another cycle to do. All right, but now that we know, and now that we know that there's going to be a lot of different endings in this probably, what should we do next? How should we change our behavior? Obviously, we're going to ignore Gnosis as much as possible because it doesn't seem like that motherfucker learns anything, which is like, come on, man. But for everyone else, who should we go for? Who do you think? What should we say? Should we change our behavior at all, or should I do things the exact same way and see what happens? Let me know, because I'm not sure how I'm gonna structure this now that we got the first ending. Do you want me to play it the same way I was playing it before? Or do you just want me to go through the different endings in one big video? Let me know. We can see how we feel, because I had so much fun and I definitely want to play more. I want to see all the endings. I want to go through all the cycles, get all of the stuff. So let me know. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, don't make deals with eldritch beings, and have a good day.